Hello, fellow coaster degenerates. My name is Cameron, and this is not my first YouTube video. Nevertheless, I've ridden a handful of coasters, and on one run, one day, I thought to myself, what if I ranked them in a YouTube video? I then thought, Cameron, don't be fucking stupid! Your coaster count's only 52! I finally thought to myself, grow some balls, you insecure piece of shit. And here we are. At number 52, we have the creme de la creme, the only defunct coaster on this list. At Zonkers. I used to be really scared of this coaster as a kid because of the theming. This right here gave me nightmares. But I actually rode it for a girl's attention. What a simp. At number 51, we have a surprising lower tier kiddie coaster, Flying Ace Aerial Chase at Kings Island. Or as I like to call it, somebody help me, my neck is about to fucking break. Aerial Chase. My only ride on this piece of garbage was the roughest thing I think I've ever voluntarily done. Besides your mom, of course. Hey, can we speed this up a little bit? There's too many kiddie coasters. Cosmic Coaster. It was like one of my first roller coasters. Grand Exposition Coaster. I love the theming. Silver Dollar City does a great job, but damn, it's boring. Barnstormer. Again, love the theming. I don't remember much of it, but I know I wrote it. At number 47, we have another contender for possibly one of the worst coasters I've ever ridden. Ninja at Six Flags St. Louis. Say goodbye to a fully working brain and neck. This coaster gave me permanent brain damage and is the reason why my parents don't love me anymore. Now, normally I would rank Boomerang along every other Vekoma Boomerang, but my ride with Six Flags St. Louis's Boomerang was just atrocious. Honestly awful. It was a little bit better than Ninja, but not by much. This next one is another old one. This one is older than your grandma's left tit. It's Racer at Kings Island. Just really bad jackhammering just all the time, especially going on the hills. Any sort of airtime was non-existent. I really wanted Racer to be good, but just like your dad, I was waiting for him to come back from that 12-year cigarette trip. Still didn't come back. God, I am really just not funny.
Yeah, that's not funny.
I can't say very much about Corkscrew at Cedar Point. It's a narrow corkscrew. All I can say is it's rougher than sand on your so Boomerang for me at Worlds of Fun has given good rides and bad rides, just like my experience with Uber, except the coaster doesn't try to suffocate and physically harm me. Oh, wait, maybe it does. Only walking a mile in the other direction in the park, we jumped to Spinning Dragons, where the queue is longer than the coaster. It's a shorter Pandemonium clone, so it's fine, but not insane. The only reason Pandemonium is above Spinning Dragons is because it's longer. That's literally it. They're the same ride. Next is Iron Dragon, the most painfully boring suspended coaster. Don't get me wrong, it's beautiful, but I felt like I was suddenly narcoleptic as I was going down the first drop. The best way to describe my experience with Backlot Stunt Coaster to you guys is by the name it was given by a ride operator we were talking to. Backflop Shit Coaster. I think the only moment I actually enjoyed was the LIM launch into the Helix, which barely made me gray out. Wicked Twister is painfully mediocre. It's fun, but it's super forceless. The launch just feels like an unenthusiastic hand job. And about the same can be said about Invertigo at Kings Island. I mean, it's an inverted Vekoma Boomerang. The worst that could happen is I break everything and never ride a coaster again. That actually sounds horrible. The next four are just mine trains. There's Cedar Creek Mine Ride, River King Mine Train, Adventure Express, and then Thunderation. I rank them all based off of my rides on them. Thunderation, I think I'm most familiar with because I rode it a lot. Next is Fire in the Hole at Silver Dollar City, which is actually a really good indoor coaster. It's got great storytelling elements and had a very good ending. Next is the Bat at Kings Island. No, not that bat. That bat. Yes, that bat. I actually really enjoyed this a lot more than Iron Dragon. It has a really good first drop and kind of flies through its layout. Cedar Fair. What the is a Rougarou? Okay, I actually just looked it up. It's actually like a French werewolf. Why? Why Cedar Fair? As a B&M floorless, I mean, you'd expect it to be at least somewhat forceful, but it's pretty tame. But, I mean, it's still enjoyable. B&Ms, can never go wrong with them, so. Next up is Diet Coke Space Mountain. Flight of Fear was alright. I mean, the launch was fun, but everything else was just pretty mediocre. Like, I'm sitting in the queue line with this great theming, like, ooh, spooky aliens. But then once I launch, all I see is pitch black darkness. It just really stops the immersion. Be warned, a GCI circle jerk is about to happen. Timberwolf is the perfect example of why we need retracking. 6 years ago was awful. Jackhammering more than your parents in bed, just completely rough. But GCI, our Lord and Saviors, Daddy GCI, if you will, came in and retracked 90% of it, and it's beautiful. The helix is out, which was possibly the most rough part in the whole coaster, and now it's perfect. It's great. Well, it's not perfect. It's pretty forceless. The most you really feel is a bunch of lats going around turns and stuff, but no airtime, just nothing. I don't really remember much of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, but I do know that I marathoned it a ton when I was little. It's pretty fun. It's a well-themed ride, and the technicality of it is astonishing. It's just a very cool, well-rounded ride that I really like. American Thunder is the exact definition of blue-balling a roller coaster enthusiast. You have great airtime on the GCI Twister. You have great lats, but holy shit, is it short. Oh, dude, I still have 25 more coasters to go. F it. We're putting this in a part 2. See you guys later.